start too. I might need a couple hands. So we're trying to pin this other project up here. And like, so maybe if you, yeah, we need it low enough so that no, we're gonna tape. Yeah.
Somebody could pass him now.
Yeah, we're probably gonna need two.
Don't worry about it.
Tape. Well, if it's blue tape, I suppose I'll use it.
You're all over.
Okay, we are testing the podium mic. So this to me looks like this mic might not be plugged in.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Like keep people in key,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, because I'll need you getting started anyway. Yeah, if you want to play, let's look at that. Oh, yeah. You're right. I heard you and then I was like, I gotta fix it.
Well, there's a picture. Well, one. Okay. Not what is currently.
We're gonna talk about it. Here we go. So we do, yeah, you play.
All right, we're going to try that again. That sounds a lot better. Welcome, everybody. As you make your way in, please make yourselves comfortable. We have a lot going on this morning.
They were that.
That one's mine. Do you have one? No.
Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Church of Lincoln on this Sunday morning. I'm the Reverend Dr. Oscar Sinclair. I'm joined on the chancel by our worship associate Mary Kay Stillwell and our choir who is singing with us this morning. It's good to gather together. This is quite a day. I'll just say in advance, we have lots of moving pieces. The choir is here, which is magnificent. This is also an all-ages service, so our kids will be with us throughout the service. And we've got 2 or 3 interactive pieces to do together as a congregation. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But as usual, I say this just about every Sunday, but I say it especially on Sundays like this. Perfection is not the goal of a worship service. Absolute, perfectly unscripted aspirations are not even a thing that we aspire to here. What we aspire to is to be human with each other for an hour every week. The vision that we are guided by is that the Unitarian Church of Lincoln is a loving community, uniting reason with spiritual exploration to transform ourselves and the world. So that means that we are loving, which means that we are with each other in the fullness of our humanity. That we combine reason and spiritual exploration, so we have a script and we go where the Spirit blows. And we are here to transform ourselves and the world. So when things go off script, we take that as a moment of transformation. I'll also say as well that we are closing out the Second Chance auction today, which you saw as you came in. We'll talk about that more as you go out, but bidding on that will close at 11:30. We'll try and get the service done early so you can go out and get your last bids in. We also have a town hall to talk about proposed changes to the congregation's bylaws and our budget. That will start at 11:30. So once you have gone out and gotten all your baked goods, come back in and talk about budget stuff. With that, I will get out of the way and we'll begin our worship service with our choir.
I don't know how I feel about all that talk about imperfection right before we stand.
That was totally me. I was just channeling myself there.
Welcome to Open Arms.
Welcome into open arms, every soul and every story. Here you'll find community. Oh, welcome, open arms. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in.
Welcome to Open Hearts.
Welcome into open hearts. Bring your joys and any sorrows. Here is love and sympathy. Oh, welcome, open hearts. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in.
Faith, love, hope, sharing. Welcome in to Open Minds.
Welcome into open minds. Bring your questions.
to all of it.
Welcome into open arms. Every soul and every story. Here you'll find community. Oh, welcome, open arms. Welcome,
Good morning. Our chalice lighting this morning, Give Thanks, Feel Alive, Know Love, is by Lila Derlin Jones. As we light this flame, we remember friends and loved ones near and far, and we give thanks. As the fire burns brightly, we open our minds and our hearts to new ways of being, and we feel alive. As the room glows with warmth and kindness, we extend our circle ever wider to welcome those who want to come in, and we know love.
All right, we picked this song especially because we knew we'd have kids in the room. You don't have to be able to read music or read words. All you have to do is echo. Well, 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 well. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Well, this little piggy. Oh, look, you see, you got choreography, right? Believes in God. And this little piggy. Believes in the goddess. And this little piggy. Believes in multiple deities. And this little piggy. Believes in none. But all of us little piggies. All of us little piggies. Need to say thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. All the way home. Can I get a big amen? Amen. Well done.
Welcome. I'm Kim Zeman, a member of the Board of Trustees. I want to offer a special welcome to those of you who are visiting for the first time. Today, bidding ends at 11:30 a.m. for the Second Chance auction, and payments are taken until 1. There are a lot of tasty treats in the gallery, so please take a look. Also today, November 19th, we'll hold the first of 2 town halls after the service, and we are hosting the Interfaith Thanksgiving service at 3 p.m. Next Friday, please join us for a Friendsgiving after 5 p.m. for a potluck gathering. Bring a dish to share and your place setting. Stay for Coffee House game night at 7 p.m. Thank you for joining us.
Each week we set aside a time in our service to share joys and sorrows, the things that have come up in our lives that are easier borne or more delightfully borne in community. We do this because joy is better shared and sorrow is easier borne when we do it with each other. So into this shared space, would you speak the name of somebody that you are holding in sorrow this morning, or type into the live chat? Ronan. Vernon. Clay? Jan. Don Powell. Timothy. Kevin. Anne. Laura Lee. Oralee. The peoples of Israel and Palestine. The Patterson family.
The members of the transgender community as they do the Transgender Day of Remembrance.
All those we remember on Transgender Day of Remembrance. In the live chat, Ron. Sorrow is not the end of the story. There's a lesson that we teach our children every day. More these days, it feels like. What are names that we are holding in joy this morning? I will say the choir, who is perfection. Who else are we holding in joy this morning?
Julie Anderson is our choir director.
Julie Anderson is our choir director.
We will see Nova, Megan, and Erica tomorrow.
Nova, Megan, and Erica tomorrow.
We will have dinner with 20 relatives, including several grandchildren we haven't seen in years.
Dinner with 20 relatives, including several grandchildren you haven't seen in years.
All the relatives and friends that will be gathering on Thursday.
All of the relatives and friends that will be gathering on Thursday.
Beautiful sunrises we've been blessed with recently.
The sunrises recently.
Kay Hoff, who won an award for volunteer services.
Kay Hoff, who won a volunteering award.
My son Tristan being accepted to the University of Missouri.
Tristan has been accepted to the University of Missouri.
Karen and Barb for organizing our tasty treats.
Karen and Barb for organizing the tasty treats and the whole auction.
Andy and Dustin.
Andy and Dustin. And all the people that brought treats. And all the people who have been circling the treats. And all of the people who have been getting into bidding wars over treats.
And Tom Turkey, who has gone down in price this year.
Tom Turkey, who is single-handedly defeating inflation. We'll close with a moment of silence, too. We often say that this is for joys or sorrows too deeply held to be spoken just yet. This is a week where many of us gather with family. And while we've named that as a joy, there is also often complications with families. Often, big family gatherings don't create any new family dynamics. They just turn whatever's there up to 11. So that can be a joy, that can be a sorrow, that can be excitement, that can be nervousness. Sometimes we don't actually know what those feelings are until about 10 years later. So for all of the complication of this week, for the joy, for the sorrow, for the excitement, for the anxiety, for the whole big togetherness of it, just hold a moment of peace. Amen.
So this song I heard this summer when the musicians gathered, and this was the song we sang when we first came together in our first in-gathering, and I realized, oh, it's true. This is home whenever you gather with people you care about. And so this seemed like an appropriate service since we had everyone here to sing this. And we can go to the next slide. You'll actually get notes, which is nice for people who can read music. But why don't we stand in body or spirit, since we haven't done that in a little bit? So, this is home where I belong, in this breath, in this heart. This is home where I belong, in this voice, in this song. That's all there is. This is home where I belong, in this breath, in this heart. This is home where I belong, in this voice, in this song. If you're feeling harmony, let's hear it. This is home where I belong, in this breath, in this heart. This is home where I belong, in this voice, in this song.
The other thing that we do every week is that we set aside a time in our worship service together to take up a collection for the support of this church. We support the congregation in many ways with our time, our talent, and our treasure. And so we take up an offering on Sunday morning to represent that for the rest of the week. At this point, the ushers will come forward and pass plates. You can also give by texting UC Lincoln and the amount you wish to give to 73256. That's UC Lincoln and the amount to 73256. We just sang, so we're actually going to pass the plates with Bill playing piano. Thank you, Bill. thank you for your presence.
If anyone would like to come forward for the story, you can do so now. Our activities over at the activity table are a lot of fun. Our story today is called The Thank You Letter by Jane Cabrera. Grace's birthday was almost here. She had written a list. Things I would like for my birthday. Puppy, I know that one. Robot, books on how to build a den, sparkly shoes, pens and paint, magic wings, tent and camping things, and lots of chocolate. The day of the party arrived. There were games and ice cream and presents, and the sun shone all day. The next day, Grace got out her new pens and pencils to write thank you letters. Dear Nana and Grandpops, thank you for my puppy, called Bob. Love, Grace. Dear Tay, thank you for the magic wings. I've not tested the magic yet. Love, Grace. Dear Millie and Billy, thank you for my sparkly shoes. Love, your favorite cousin, Grace. Although she didn't write that what she really wanted was a real puppy. Dear Aunt Mary, thank you for the gloves. They're a little too big at the moment. Love, Grace. Dear Poppy, thank you for the soft toy. I've called it Joffrey. Love, Grace. She only stopped for one quick snack. Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for my fun party and for the bestest tent ever. Love, me, Grace. Friendly Bear, pizza, and lemonade. Dear Jayla, thank you for the pens and pencils. I love them. Love, Grace. Dear Noah, thank you for the most awesome robot costume. Love, your sister, Grace. But Grace did not stop there. Next, she wrote a thank you letter to her cat. Dear Tiggles, thank you for being soft and cuddly. A thank you to the lady in the thrift store. Dear Mimi, thank you for being so kind and always giving me candy. Love, Grace. A thank you to our favorite teacher. Dear Mr. Jones, thank you for teaching me my letters. A thank you to her dog. Thank you for your furry, waggy tail. Woof, woof. Love, Grace. Grace even wrote a thank you to the sky, and she put it on a tree as high as she could reach. Dear sky, thank you for being so blue today. Love, Grace. And still she wrote some more. Soon thank you letters appeared all over town. They made everyone happy. So one afternoon when Grace came home from school, she ran up to her new tent, and it was full of love notes. We love you from Billy and Millie. I love that you put letters everywhere, Mrs. B. I love your pens. We love your dancing. I love your kindness. I love your smile. We love our Grace. I love your style, Mimi. I love your writing, Grace. Love, Mr. Jones. I love that you might be magic, from Tay. Love notes everywhere. Grace read each and every one. And that is the end of our story. This book reminded me of how lovely it is when we put good into the world, how a few words can spiral out, how we can make ripples in the universe with kindness and gratitude. When Reverend Sinclair and I were talking about this Thanksgiving themed service, we considered the notion of gratitude in a few different ways, how it reaches beyond, out in the world in ways which we can't even comprehend. Gratitude for the people among us contained in this church community, and also gratitude for ourselves or within us, and what we offer to our own spirit in terms of forgiveness, understanding, and compassion. So in this time of year when we focus on offering gratitude, I'm hopeful that while listening to this story that each of you have also been thinking about how you can show appreciation to the people in your lives as well. So you might find on your seat a couple postcards. And there's some empty seats here, potentially with postcards. If you could pass postcards towards the end of the aisles. So if you don't have a postcard, 2 postcards, you should have 2. If you don't have 2, can you raise your hand? And ushers, if you can help Where did ushers go? The ushers can help bring them. Lynn, is Lynn around? To help get anyone. Okay, everyone seems to have postcards. So one postcard has a stamp on it. When you get home today, I hope that you'll write a note of gratitude on it for someone that you know. You don't have to do anything with it right in this moment. Who has made an impact in your life in one way or another? And please mail that out in the coming days. Tell someone that you know that you're thankful for their presence in your life. Another postcard has no stamp on it, so watch for that when you choose which one goes in the mailbox. Many years ago, I did this activity with our high school youth. So I'd love for you to do a random act of kindness with the postcard that doesn't have a stamp. So either write a note of kindness and pick a random address to send it to, and you provide that stamp, or perhaps you place it in a neighbor's door or on the windshield of a car in a parking lot. Maybe you hand it to a barista in a coffee shop or a cashier in a store when you're out shopping. Just as the universe is endless, so is the capability for notes of gratitude and messages of love to ripple out far beyond our comprehension. You never know a life that you may affect, a person who may be deeply touched, or a way that the world can become a better place because of one small act. And think if you were on the receiving end of that postcard when you're having a hard day. Each person has the capability to create small miracles. So I hope you carry that idea with you today and always, and put it into practice here in the coming days. And if you are at home on the live stream, hi, everybody. We miss you. I'm thinking of you too. You're invited to do this activity with supplies that you have at home, or if you'd like for me to mail a postcard for you, please feel free to email me the message. I think my email is, right up on the slide that you should see, and I will send a postcard off for you. So thank you. The children can head back to their seats, so you're going to be in service today. And the choir is going to sing our next song.
Thanks for the scar and give thanks for the sword. Give thanks 'twas the battle, you lost not the war. Give thanks for the season, the struggle, the strife. Give thanks to the people who helped you survive. Oh, the days they are long, but getting shorter, the nights coming on. Oh, the winter is strong, but sooner or later the spring comes along. Give thanks for the heartache, give thanks for the pain. Give thanks for the rough, unfamiliar terrain. Give thanks to the old days and say goodbye. Give thanks that the old rules no longer apply. Oh, the days they are long, but keep getting shorter, the nights coming on. Oh, the winter is strong, but sooner or later the spring comes along.
Give thanks for the apple.
Give thanks for the snake.
Give thanks that we have our own choices to make.
Give thanks for the chances.
the beauty,
the song.
'cause sooner
Or
or
later
later
the spring comes along.
Days are long, but keep getting shorter. The night's coming on. Oh, the winter is strong, but sooner or later the spring comes along. Yes, sooner or later the spring comes along. Yes, sooner or later the spring comes along.
When giving is all we have. And this poem is by Alberto Rios. He's the poet laureate of Arizona. And he starts with an epigraph. One river gives its journey to the next. We give because somebody gave to us. We give because nobody gave to us. We give because giving has changed us. We give because giving could have changed us. We have been better for it. We have been wounded by it. Giving has many faces. It is loud and quiet, big, though small, diamond in the wood nails. Its story is old, the plot is worn, and the pages too, but we read this book anyway, over and again. Giving is, first and every time, hand to hand, mine to yours, yours to mine. You give me blue, I give you yellow. Together we are a simple green. You gave me what you did not have, and I gave you what I had to give. Together we made something greater from the difference.
So we also show gratitude for this church community, the people here in our congregation who have made an impact on us in one way or another. So for our next activity, I'd like for you to think about something that someone here has done for you, which you deeply appreciated. Think about that act of kindness offered and how you could write that down in a way which does not share the person's name. I'd like for us to create an artistic visual where we see that what we've done for one another, but without needing to name names. And at some point, I will write those up and we can share those orally. Before us, we have this cornucopia, which AJ created. I'm very grateful for them for doing that last minute. And there's cutouts of some vegetables and fruits and leaves that are on the table behind me that we can add to our display. And you can participate online as well. I will tell you in a moment. So I was thinking for a while about what we might be able to do as a visual display, something to symbolize the gratitude that we have. Have any of you had a cornucopia on your table before at Thanksgiving? This is a very familiar symbol this time of year. But I actually didn't know the history behind a cornucopia. Turns out the word cornucopia is derived from two Latin words, cornu meaning horn and copia meaning plenty. A frequent presence in Greek and Roman folklore, the overflowing cornucopia was often depicted as a symbolic accessory carried by gods and goddesses. And that's how this horn of plenty first came to symbolize prosperity, wealth, and abundance, and was eventually adopted to be a part of Thanksgiving centerpieces. So just as we hold at the center the food, family, and friends which nourish us on Thanksgiving, We can also consider our gratitude for how this community nourishes and provides abundance for our spirit. So as the next song plays, I invite you to come up here and write on one of the cutouts a gratitude you have for someone in this community or something this community has provided for you, and then add it to our poster. For example, you might write, I signed up to teach and someone offered to sub for me. Or maybe I had a great day at church when someone ate with me during a potluck. Perhaps something bigger, like someone offered a shoulder to cry on after coffee hour when you told them that the service resonated with you. Or if it's your first time here, hopefully you can be grateful for something as simple as that someone smiled when you walked in the door. If you're joining us via live stream, feel free to type your message of anonymous appreciation in the chat, and I'll write it down and add to our display after the service. So Bill, if you would please play our next song. And if you would have trouble coming up to the stage, please feel free to raise your hand and we will come and bring one of these cutouts to you and put them on the display for you. Go ahead, Bill, thank you. so just a couple that are up here. Let's see. Grace shown by committee members while working on a project. Showing acceptance. Thanks for your work in fighting climate change. Someone gave me a hug when I really needed it. Rides home after surgery. A feeling of belonging. I've been welcomed by many. Someone offered me a place to sit next to them. Thank you for your grace and beautiful smile. Thanks for accepting me for who I am. Meals for our family. A welcome back hug. And this person gives more than it takes. I love you, you. This person inspires me to continue being who I am. You nourish my growth. And there's many more, so we'll type those up.
Yep. I am writing the ones in the live chat right now, so I'll be doing that while the choir leads us in a song.
Another echo. Can you put me in the right key? I wish that I could show you. 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 Whenever you're lonely, whenever you're lonely, or walking in the dark, or walking in the dark, I wish that I could show you. I wish that I could show you. I wish that I could show you the astonishing light of your being. The astonishing light of your being. I wish that I could show you. 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 Whenever you're lonely or walking in the dark, whenever you're lonely or walking in the dark, I wish that I could show you. I wish that I could show you. The astonishing light of your being. The astonishing light of your being. Let's do the whole thing together. I wish that I could show you. I wish that I could. Whenever you're lonely, whenever or walking in the dark, or walking in the dark, I wish that I could show you. I wish the astonishing light, the astonishing light of your being. One last time. I wish that I could show you. I wish that I could show you. Whenever you're lonely or walking in the dark, I wish that I could show you. I wish that I could show you the astonishing light of your being.
So our closing reading is a poem by Chris Jimerson, Who Am I Not to Be Blessed? When we were putting together this service, we talked about the last section of the service being gratitude for within, for who we are. For the blessing that each of us is in the world. So I do want to hold up one name. There's a man named Vernon Ray who was a diehard choir member in the Baltimore church. He sang just about every Sunday I was there, and every Sunday until now. He was the director of the Baltimore Farmers Market, chair of that church's Interweave program, the person who always had a smile for anybody new walking in the door. We learned yesterday that he passed away unexpectedly. So it's with him in mind that I'm reading this poem. Who am I not to be blessed? In moonlit shadows, at the edge of night-darkened oak trees, I see it. Across sunny pathways in the buzzing of insects, amongst the flowering green forest, I hear it. From the touch of one's loved, the embraces of those gone before me, I feel it. In the poems I love deeply, the songs that speak to my heart, the sculpture that catches my imagination, the discoveries still to be made, I sense it. It is in the fire of distant suns, the cool drip of waters, the slight chill in the breeze, the laughter of children, no matter what their age, old and young, grown and still small. It is the breath of life, the stardust of souls, the magic of remembrance. Who am I not to surrender to it in gratitude? Who am I not to be blessed? So as we start to close this service, we go forth knowing that you are both blessed and a blessing. Hopefully we already know that. Hopefully we have known that for a long time. But it's worth reminding each other every once in a while that we have gratitude not just for each other, not just for this place, but for ourselves. For every day we get to get up and experience this world. We are stardust, the poet writes, blessed and a blessing to everyone around us. Amen. We'll close with one more song. And as the choir gets up, I'll say a couple words about logistics. The time is currently 5 minutes to 11, which means after the choir is done singing, you will have probably 29 minutes to go finish your bidding wars and then be back in here for the town hall. Now, if you have any bidding wars that go right up to the end, know that you can close out the auction account after the town hall. So be back here at 11:30. Also, come this afternoon for the Interfaith Thanksgiving service that we are also having here today. Or just stay the whole time and join us. But with that, we will hand it back to our choir of perfection to close us out.
However true
rise in body and spirit. You are loved.